Hello YouTube and hello Twitch. I would like to bring you to a new thing I just discovered here in No Man's Sky. It's a brand new discovery that I just now figured out, and I haven't seen any other people on YouTube or person on YouTube or Twitch say anything about it, but here we go. Today I will be showing you these different crystals and this couch, the bed, and things that you could do with these types of furnitures. First things first, I want to show you the really cool shit right quick. I mean, it may look a little bit messy. It depends on how you do it. If you can blend it in, that'd be perfect. You can figure out how to blend it. So let's get on to the tutorial for the day. Today I will be showing you how to change the color of the crystals, not normally and physically changing it. I will also be showing you how to do different decorations for couches, beds, tables, and whatnot. Alright, let's begin. Let's start with the crystal right here. Let's start off with this one. First of all, we already know all of us can change the crystal by pressing the select button. You can change it to any color you want. Any color you want. Blue, green. This is really cool and all, right? But what you didn't know is that you could do this. What you do is go underneath your decals and you choose a decal. Doesn't matter what it is. Now this usually works best with smaller crystals. It usually works best with smaller crystals because it just looks better with smaller crystals. You gotta place it just right. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. Probably have the wrong thing. Just depends on what it is. So you could do it like that, but I recommend shrinking the crystal down just a little bit before you do this. This is how I make kyber crystals within the game. Because who doesn't want a Star Wars kyber crystal within No Man's? I certainly do. So, best way to do it. Sometimes, if you can't do it that way, sometimes I'm a bit too close. Give me a second to resize it. Now sometimes it'll bleed off to the other crystal, that's fine. Which is why when you're doing this, you just do space out the crystals one thing at a time. So you see, now it's a red kyber crystal. Sometimes it'll glitch out and sometimes it won't. And there's sometimes a little bit of a space here. So sometimes you can either do, hold on, give me a second. You can either do two of these things on it, if my freaking controller works right. Freak. Sometimes it won't work with two. Sometimes it will. Problem is, I just don't have enough space right there to do it. Next crystal. This one, I'm gonna shrink down a little. Shit. Excuse my language. Stuff like this happens in No Man's. I accidentally delete stuff completely by accident. And looky there. It fixed itself and I didn't have to do anything. Anyways, what we're gonna do today, we're gonna shrink down the crystal just a little bit more. Usually I like to make the crystals extremely small because it's easier and a lot more better to decorate them. So we already know that the crystal's green, right? What if you want a really, really green kyber crystal? For instance, if you have the right decal that's a really, really green decal, you can actually make this look really good. Now, I don't have, actually that decal might actually do better. This one right here might actually work better. If I could stop pressing up on the D-pad. See, the only problem I found with turning it green is that it'll leave this line here. But if you want, if you're really good at decorating, changing the colors and stuff like that, you can easily cover up decal with probably with another decal. Like, it just all depends. This is why it's best to make these kyber crystals smaller, because it just works better. The size I usually go for whenever I'm making these things is about yay size. About right here, the smallest that you can get. It's easier to color them, and it's just a lot more simpler, and it doesn't make such of a big mess like that. Now, that one's not too bad. The red kyber crystal and the green kyber crystal aren't too bad. I don't really have a lot of decals, but you can tell this is pretty good. So what you do is doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a different color than what it originally is. And then you could do this. How I made a number 1 is small, you barely see it, but it turns the crystal white. And if you do on both sides, you got yourself a white kyber crystal. Which, if you guys weren't familiar, red kyber crystals are from bleeding. Whenever a Jedi or Sith bleeds a crystal. And then the white saber crystal is when someone purifies a bleeding crystal. And yes, crystals do bleed in the Star Wars universe, but this ain't Star Wars universe, but you get the point. I like referencing it because, well, I'm a super Star Wars nerd and I can't help it. I'm also a furry, so that's another one. My favorite, out of all Star Wars, is the Darksaber. Sometimes getting this isn't entirely right. Sometimes, sometimes you gotta there you go. Sometimes it doesn't want to like reconnect with it. And I'm sorry if the tip is a bit, and I hate when that happens. When you try to like select something else, it deselects what you're thinking. There we go. I'm going to get onto the furniture, just give me a second. Now, I know that there's nobody in chat right now, and that's because I'm not really world famous, so whatever. I stream because I enjoy doing it. I haven't been doing it lately because I've been too busy with festivals and furry conventions. Yes, I am a furry. There you go. You have you got a black kyber crystal. You color it, if I'm not mistaken, if you color it, hold on, give me a second. Yep. Why do I do that? Sorry, I play a lot of different other games like Fallout 76 and Grounded, Minecraft, and everything else in between. I sometimes get confused about the controls in this game because I just got done playing Elden Ring last night, so I'm pressing the wrong buttons to be able to do this. First of all, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There you go. There you go. You got a dark saber crystal. You got a green crystal over there. I think you get the point. I'll color one more crystal to get the point, so you guys get the point better. It's really simple. Even a child should be able to do this. And just saying, a child should be able to do this. And those who like the yellow kyber crystals from Legends as well. The one that you see Rey Skywalker, I wouldn't even call her Skywalker, Rey Palpatine at the end of the movie. She has one of these. And then the Star Wars Temple Guards have one of these as well. Sometimes it doesn't do on both sides, so you have to kind of like angle it just right like that. If you have them too close to each other, they tend to like connect to each other. But if you do it just right, you get like really good effects. Problem is, I can't figure out how to hide the decals yet. Moving on. I think you get the point. You could color kyber crystals. You see this nice couch? Isn't it a very nice couch? What if you want the couch to, I don't know. I know the couch can turn all these colors and grate and stuff, but what if you just want red sides and then the couch have decorative stuff for the couch? For instance, something on the lines of this. You want something somewhere on the lines of this. And since by the way, if you didn't know, if you click the, let's see, which is it? Free mode? It's called free mode. You're able to, is that light going out? It better not be. That thing's, no, it is kind of a couple of years old, so that makes sense. Press down on the D-pad, it toggles free mode, which allows you to do things a little bit differently. I think you get the point with the couch. You could decorate the couch any way you want. You can pretty much change it any color. Use any decal you want with it. Tables, it's pretty much the same logic. Let's do this. What if I want? And by the way, I don't even like this decal. This is my least favorite decal. You think because I'm a furry, I would like the decal, but I really just don't. Sometimes if it's too big, it won't fit. See, you can change the color of the table, and it will change the color of the center light of the table, of whatever the dominant color is for the center piece. You can also change this table whatever color you want as well. Give me a second. Get on the bed, please. Thank you. And okay, can't put it on there for some reason. Sometimes it doesn't work with certain decals. Sometimes it doesn't work, so it just all depends on what's going on with it. Some things work, some things don't. Wow, wow, I summoned it back in and it has the decal on it. Okay, it's bugged out just a little bit. So the decal is supposed to disappear. And yeah, I've just noticed that just changed color too. So that is weird. Anyways, I think you get the point. You can change the color of this to be whatever. And it just depends on how you put it on there. Sometimes you can get the entire table with one decal, and then sometimes you can't. Sometimes the game doesn't allow you to get like a full table. It's the same thing with bed sheets. If you wanted a thing of bed sheets, the problem is some of the decals will get on the floor like this, creates an underline. And it'd be some sort of a texture glitch where it just goes back and forth sometimes, and that's actually a new texture glitch. Now, beds are roughly the same thing. You could change to bed whatever color you want. I prefer to do this because this is my favorite decal because it's the geck. I really wish these guys have tails because, you know, they're lizard people. They're supposed to have tails. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then when I see, it's really easy to decorate the bed. And you can also take this in the corners like this. And then do it for the other side. There you go. And I got these from these decals. If you're wondering where I got them from one of the recent expeditions. Sometimes it doesn't do the top part here, and wow, it's actually doing it today. So you can actually do this and put whatever decal you want at the top here. For instance, that's kind of cool. You got yourself a nice decorative bed. You want it to be extra, creative. You can actually use these as bed sheets if you ever wanted to do it that way. But the problem is it's just not practical. It doesn't stick to the bed. It just floats. And that's why decals are a bit better. And I think that's it for the day. Let's see. I think that's about it so far as decals and stuff. That's all I've discovered so far. If I find any more, I will update it to YouTube and whatever. I know you could do it with fireplaces. You could do it almost with anything. Oh, here's a neat trick that you can do with this. Change the material to wood. And if you change it to black, it turns it into black and kind of like a goldish kind of like a goldish color. Now, if you take a decal, you can actually decal the fireplace too. Sometimes it just doesn't look good depending on what you use. I think I can create a green flame, but I'm not too sure. Ooh, that's nice. It's kind of like an emerald color. Kind of like gives you this emerald color. See, that's not too bad. That's actually really decent. So that should be it for tonight's tutorial. It's very short without me talking. But I hope everybody has a good day and a good weekend. And I would like to see more people like and subscribe on my YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. I will be uploading. I will be start streaming back on Twitch on September 25th. I will be back streaming on here. I've taken a small break from Twitch, and there's a reason for that. I need to refresh myself and, a little vacation. I hope everybody has a good night, good day, and may the fur be with you always. And have a good night, everybody.